Welcome to Entrepreneurship Vertical, the course CV22026 Design Thinking and Human Centered Design. In our startup journey, we discussed many related points about design thinking in human concern as well as industrial point. In the major 5 steps in the design thinking, such as empathize, define, then immediately ideation, prototyping, testing. In this journey, the observation makes many important things. We discussed many technique involved in the empathizing. We have a separate video lecture, empathizing technique. In this human-centered design, when you are concerned with the society, we need to give importance for observation. In the video lecture, particularly in the empathize technique, the way to empathize, while way of empathizing, we are giving more importance to observation. By observation, seeing, hearing, feeling, thinking, these are very particular with the human centric. Why they are doing like that? We discussed many points about the human concern with the why questions. These and all very important for new product, new process development. We are very particular journey in this startup. That's why we are giving more important to design thinking. Most of the time we discussed the design thinking very much useful for school children, particularly how they are taking their problem in the society. Now in this video lecture, we have a definition, various observation in the scientific manner. We have a general observation definition, scientific observation definition. Then we have a types. Then based on the observation, how design thinking process is involved to start a new product, new process development. These and all very important for our new product, new process development. Here we are going to discuss various examples involved. How the design thinking, especially observation, is helping for new process development. Now we will see the definition. First step, whether innovator detect phenomena. This observation leads to hypothesis and experiment to test the predictions. Forming a key cycle in discovery, that to scientific discovery. Why we need observe? We are listening something, seeing something, but in the reality is different. Hypothetical thinking, by doing some experiment and testing, we have some prediction. Observation is often the first step, where innovator detect phenomena or patterns. The observer detect the pattern, what they are doing, how they are doing. These observations leads to hypothesis and make experiment to test the prediction. Forming a key cycle in scientific discovery. Now, based on the definition, I want to give a small example. Continuous seeing the screen, particularly cell phone or laptop, television. Because of that, if the vision even is proper, the continuous 3 to 4 hours looking, there is a problem in the eye. The nerves are weakened due to more strain involved in this. If it is affecting the blood circulation, there is a big discontinuity, even sometimes damage. This will give the information about your eye and how we can perform well, how can we take care. Due to continuous watching, even the interesting phenomena in the screen, even their regular job, due to strain there is a damage in the minor nerves that leads to vision imperfectness, sometimes loss. Now, based on that, we want to experiment by measuring the nerve system in the eye. How much amount is damaged? How can we recover? Why I am giving this as a suitable example in the observation. After small amount of discontinuity or small damages, small discontinuity in the blood circulation, you can easily feel. That is a feeling observation. While taking this matter into the doctor visualizing all those things, then by seeing is observing something, then he is giving information that time we are hearing. This example, first patient is feeling the discontinuity in the eye, some irritation, some pain in the regular watching of the screen. Then he went to doctor explaining many things by means of experimentation. This is another observation. Once again, he is giving information by listening, hearing, the patient taking all those things. So what I want to cover here, first one is the feeling, listening, that means hearing. Then we are seeing something in the screen, the doctor explaining where is the discontinuity. These are the way of observation. Finally, doctor after deduction, they will go for medication, they will give some therapy. Then finally the decision made, usage of cell phone screening time must be reduced. Based on that, we need to analyze. So, in the empathetic way, now I am giving you information, the empathy, we want to understand our feeling, we want to understand others' feeling also. Empathize yourself. If there is a problem in the eye, very difficult to continue. That's why understand good things by feeling. First feeling in our own body, then feeling of others. Now we will see the definition with the scientific method. Observation is often the first step where researchers detect a phenomena or pattern. We already discussed in the previous slide. These observations lead to hypothesis and experiment to test the prediction, forming a key cycle in scientific discovery. After seeing the doctor, by suitable examination in his doctor's room, he is observing something, he is writing the problem in the eye this way. Is recorded in the book. The same time, you want to understand real damage by experiment using sophisticated instrument. With that sophisticated instrument, he is comparing the observed value with the experimented value. By B scan, they are taking the image of the eye, how much amount is damaged. The severity of damage by means of experimentation they are measuring. With that, based on is visualizing observation, they are comparing, then they give for medication. So good doctor, by means of continuous expertise in the same field, he can write based on his own observation. Above all, the clinical experience is very, very important here. We have a experimental setup. We have a test report. By observation, we are giving some information. Beyond that, patient clinical report by means of his expression is more important. Compare with these three, we can conclude many things. Now, we have a future, then concrete, current, abstract. First insight by seeing, another one idea, then we have a prototype, then observation. By observation, we are taking immediate value. Observed value we are compared with hypothesis, sometimes with experimentation. The type of observation depends on where we are going for our intervention. The researcher classified two types of observation. One is quantitative observation, another one is qualitative observation. The types of observation: qualitative observation, quantitative observation. Qualitative observation involve descriptive data that can be measured numerically, color, texture, behavior. This is, we are giving just good or bad. Data cannot be measured numerically. We cannot give 40 percentage, 50 percentage, deviation 10 percentage, 40.33 mm. We are not giving. We are giving only good or bad, yes or no, okay or not okay. By observation. Sometimes the gauging tools are giving only the value, yes or no, not numerically, qualitative value. Most of the comparator we are giving yes or no type. Pass, good, okay, these and all. But here quantitative observation, measurable data using number, units. We are measuring length in terms of millimeter, temperature in degrees Celsius, quantitatively. The quantitative observation is important for our study. We are taking the value, based on the value, we are measuring something, we are going the next step. Quantitative observation involves measurable data using number, unit such as length, temperature and quantity. Now, we are in the design process, observation in the different way. In last lecture, we discussed about the brainstorming analysis. In the design process, while considering present idea and get feedback for the improvement. This is one way of observation. Define the problem, identify objectives. This is another way of problem identification. That means observation. Collect maximum information. Develop solution. Even for design process, solution involvement, solution development also plays major role. Feedback for improvement, always giving more information. By means of observation, we can get value. In the heading of observation, how can we get feedback? How our customers are looking? How our customers are taking this? So, present idea, get feedback. Define the problem, identify the object. So, defining based on the observation. Collection of information, we need a sense of observation. Brainstorming, while conducting brainstorming, observation, How the people expertise giving information. These and all very, very important for developing a solution. Now, importance of observation. The observation is one type of skill. This is a scientific experiment and data collection. How we are collecting data, how we are taking care of our experiment. Help in forming hypothesis based on what is the witness. In our experimentation, we are conducting initially 2 3 times. If the value, mean value, we want to take each value, what is the different? The range of different is beyond 5%. We want to conduct. That means redo the experiment. These are the observation importance. How can we conclude? Observation we can take in one particular number, particular area, particular people. Where can we take? That's why most of the manufacturing side experimentation, we have a preliminary observation. Before sorting of the experiment, we are conducting the model exercise. How we are getting the result. This is called design of experiment. Before understanding that, what are the variables involved, we want to understand. Variable points, we need to conclude whether these are the input value we are taking, what are the parameter we need to consider, what is our environment. Environment condition, we usually taking temperature, pressure, humidity. Temperature is an important factor. Pressure also one among the important factor. We are considering humidity also. Based on the three input value, we are conducting the experiment. Many time experiment we want to maintain a constant room temperature. These and are many important observation while conducting the scientific experiment. The enhance critical thinking by encouraging attention helps in forming hypothesis based on what is the witness. Then the observation facilitate learning and discussion. By observing something, we are giving an input value to others. That means facility to learning. We are facilities for learning. So these are the important advantages in the observation. Based on the observation, the innovation is possible to reach the exact goal. Now, innovation particularly possible in research cluster. We want to achieve global development. Here we have a technology roadmap, open source initiative, then we have a customer initiative, then technology venture, many new product development by means of customer push. Many push of customer, we are planning to think for new product development. We entered in one particular field. With that field, we want to develop a new product. What is the origin? Where can we start? Based on the important point, how our customers are taking. The customer feeling is very, very important. The customer asking, why don't you go in this way? Why don't you give this opportunity for us? So one side we have a economy, sector, frame, group, individuals. Here we have a geography, market, organization, theme. In between these input and output values, we have a possible of research culture based on new product and new process are developing. Now we have a technologies testing hub, technology venture. We have a network between economy, sector, firm, group, individual with geography, market, technology level, organization theme. We are merging with these two, networking socially. Because of that, many new things able to possible. Now we are coming to the important point based on the observation how new products are developed. Now we will see some example in the new product development. Innovator, who are innovator? Innovator as an individual introduce new method, idea or product. We are introducing a new idea, the people known as innovator. New product they are developing. Even sometime process or method they are introducing, they are innovator. So, innovator always think for newness. That is the important point here. They often challenge established norms and seek to improve upon or replace existing solutions. Through their certainty and vision, innovators derive advancement and positive challenges in the various fields. Vision, innovator derive advancement and positive changes in the various fields. They think positive change in various fields. They have a different field of expertise. One end digital manufacturing, another end artificial intelligence, here healthcare. That depends on their theme we call field of interest. They are giving a positive change. The change, positive change, maybe in the quality of development or improvement in the design, sometime mainly in the cost reduction, many positive point they will think. Many time our students are thinking innovation means highly new product. Small incremental change also considered as innovation. Some suitable example here, when we have a button phone, now we have what is in our hand. We can see everything, internet connected. Sometime all the mail we can check within our cell phone. So this incremental innovation is possible. The development in each and every single minute. What I want to convey here, within 1 year, the development in the product, incremental innovation. In the automotive sector, this is possible. The innovation, minor innovation is happening in every 6 months. They are taking everything after one small incremental value. So, I want to give some suitable solution. Edison example bulb. After the development of this, they introduced many things, particularly the development in terms of small increment in the quality, cost reduction, power saving. So see the innovation. These and all happen by means of observation. That is the conclusion of this lecture. By means of observing why, 5 times we are asking why. Based on the why question, how can we improve the brightness? How can we introduce many goodness in the bulb? The color emission is like a light yellow. Why don't we improve this? These are the reason for the development of LED. What is the power consumption per 1 hour with this 40 watts bulb? Why don't you reduce this? What is the lifetime of this bulb? How will you improve? These are the observation based. We are asking more question. Finally, we are getting better result based on the questions. Now another one, we have a radiography research. Marie Curie, Pierre Curie, based on their research, they developed the radiography. Radioactivity. Based on the radioactivity, we are development in the various field, particularly in the medical field, more important. Based on that, X-rays, the development in the radiography is the advancement in the medical science. So these are the important way how can we develop our own idea by means of some observation, asking more question why. First they introduce a product, you will think the product development by means of quality, cost reduction, efficiency improvement, effectiveness improvement. By means of many way we can improvising all those things. Now, observation is important. Based on the observation, how innovators changing their value in their product. Value addition is important in the product development. While concluding this video lecture, the last size give the importance of observation. We want add many important technique in the empathizing. In the empathizing, observation is very important. While observing, we are finding many value. What is the major risk involved? What are the available network? What is the present idea? Who are creators? What is the reflectivity of this? Who are not willing to take this idea in next level? These observations giving many value for our development, particularly product development. So networking is an important one. Risk taking we want to analyze. So development based on our observation, how we are observing. The empathy technique involving many ways. One important way here is observation. Based on the observation, with the empathetic way, we are defining the problem. Then the problem is taken into many idea technique. By and large, we are selecting few important way to reach the prototype. This program we call ideation. In the ideation, we are giving prioritize which one is more important. Based on the prioritizing, we are selecting a top list problem for further development. Based on the further developing a prototype, we considered the prototype evaluation. Evaluation in two different ways. That time also we are coming to observation. How our prototype is working by observation. We are getting feedback from the customer, technopreneur, based on the value from the people during the testing of the prototype. That input value we are taking inside of our initial empathy. So observation is happening in two different area. One problem in the society. Now we are delivering a product. The product itself how it behaves. That time also observing. So finally, in the conclusion, ideation is an important part of our design thinking process. For that ideation, important is here empathize. Empathize, the first most important tool is observing tool. Observation is more. If it is human centered, the observation plays in the top. So without observation, we cannot find the proper solution. So human centered, we already discussed the suitable example, the problem in the eye, particularly in the blood circulation. The eye specialist, ophthalmologist, observing some value, then he compare with the experimentation. This is the scientific way. The clinical expertise giving the test report. Based on that, we are once again observing the candidate by improvising their vision. With this, I conclude the various method of observation, why observation is important in the empathize technique. We will see another video lecture with suitable case study. Thank you.